One of our newer range of products is CAT6 RJ Field, where we take standard RJ45 for CAT6 Ethernet and shield it within our industrial and mil-spec connectors for use in rugged, harsh environments. Before we delve in more about the product, let's talk about the categories of Ethernet. When we mention Cat5e, Cat6, or Cat6a, we're talking about the performance and sometimes speed of the cable and interconnect. All use the standard RJ45 interface. The better the cable and the interconnect, the better the network will perform. And the better the network performs, the easier and more reliable it is to communicate and send and receive information, sometimes critical information. What does newer Cat6 offer versus the popular Cat5e? Cat6 runs at a higher frequency or bandwidth of 250 MHz versus 100 MHz. It provides lower interference, known as crosstalk, between each of the 4 twisted pairs in the cable. It also has higher signal-to-noise ratio, meaning the signal being transmitted is stronger and clearer. In terms of speed, although Cat5e and Cat6 both support 1 gigabit Ethernet up to 100 meters, because Cat6 is a higher performing cable with a higher bandwidth, you can achieve higher speeds with Cat6 of up to 10 gigabit Ethernet over shorter distances. One of the advantages for designing in Cat6 is that it's backwards compatible and intermatable with Cat5e. So if you're already using Cat5e and want it replaced, you can just swap it out to Cat6. They have an identical footprint, the same shell size, and the same interconnect, so the ramifications of a design upgrade are very minimal. Keep in mind that if any portion of the network chain is Cat5e, the connection will only be as good as the Cat5e performance. One important note that I've seen out in the field is that there's some confusion between Cat6 and Cat6a. Oftentimes, folks refer to Cat6 when in fact they're describing the attributes of Cat6a. They assume Cat6 is 10 gigabit Ethernet when the spec is really 1 gigabit Ethernet up to 100 meters. Cat6 can in fact achieve 10 gigabit Ethernet, but as I mentioned earlier, only over shorter distances up to about 50 meters, not the 10 gigabit Ethernet up to 100 meter spec for Cat6a. We will be introducing a Cat6a solution later in 2016. Now more about the RJF piece of the product. The plug side is made to be in-field installable with a toolless assembly. A tool is indeed required for disassembly. Many of our competitors only sell the plug in an assembled cord set, so the choices and flexibility of design are limited. Also, if there's a failure using a component of a competitor's design, you would have to replace the whole thing. We provide the plug kit separately, making it easier to repair and replace cables while giving our customers the flexibility of cable choice. It's important to note that regardless of the Ethernet cord used, whether Cat5e, Cat6, or Cat6a, the same plug shell is used for each. However, the receptacle side indeed requires a Cat6 part number callout if a change is desired. Our different connector shells available for Cat6 are the RJF-TV, which is a 38999 threaded version, RJF, which is a 26482 bayonet style, RJF-544, which is a plastic push-pull, and the RJF-RB, which is a plastic reverse bayonet. In summary, when compared to Cat5e, Cat6 is faster, more reliable, and has better overall performance, meaning your network will perform better, meaning your communication will be better. And if you're in a rugged, harsh environment, such as military operations, which involve battlefields, military aircraft, and naval vessels, or harsh environment industrial settings such as those in oil and gas, adding one of our RJF solutions to protect the Ethernet network will always keep your network operating reliably, guaranteeing optimal network performance, guaranteeing clear communication.